Nigerians entered 2010 with high hopes, but the death of President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua on the 5th of May that year altered general expectations with far-reaching outcomes.
We saw the unfortunate transition of Professor Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, which led us into this decade.
Good luck.
Politically, it was a milestone for the country. The successful swearing-in of the vice president sent a signal that democracy was indeed taking root. The following year witnessed a general election that was largely free, fair and credible, as reported by both local and foreign observers. 2012 presented a defining moment as an attempt to remove subsidy on premium motor spirit was resisted in what has come to be known as Occupy Nigeria.
Nigerian people!
An event that drew its inspiration largely from daily crowds that gathered at Ojota in Lagos.
If they remove subsidy, they will share the money.
When an attempt was made by government to remove fuel subsidy, people went on the streets and government was called to order.
4 years later, the unprecedented happened. For the first time in the nation's history, an opposition party defeated an incumbent in a presidential election.
Changed the course of Nigerian political history.
This political scientist believes the feat took the country almost 50 years to achieve.
For the first time, we had a situation where a ruling party was defeated in an election and it conceded that election to the opposition. That was significant.
Economically, Nigeria got a win on April 6, 2014, as the country surpassed South Africa to become the largest in Africa. While this was followed by a recession later on, the country was able to improve again to become the largest economy in Africa by means of diversification. That means in the space of a decade, Nigeria was able to experience a booming economy in 2 years, 2014 and 2019.
At that point, it became regarded as about the largest economy in Africa, with a GDP of close to about $500 billion. That has slightly reduced now, but that has not taken away the fact that the rebasing of our economy has shown the strength of that economy, if well managed.
While also experiencing a recession in 2016. But all was not a bed of roses, as the decade also witnessed a lot of strife, especially in the form of security challenges.
There was skirmishes here and there. There was Boko Haram. There was IPOC in the southeast and northeast. There was kidnapping in the southwest.
The leadership has watched this very minute or minuscule ragtag team to have ballooned into the kind of Frankenstein monster that it has become today is a giant embarrassment to Nigerians.
These professors of history and political science identify corruption, intra-Africa conflicts and diplomacy as other salient problems during the last decade.
To a large extent, we are now more conscious of the evils and dangers of corruption. We are also now more conscious of the pervasiveness of corruption because it's at all levels.
All these factors have brought the country to its present status, where many people believe that there is still a vast room for improvement.
Solid minerals should be handled in such a way that even the local communities will have a stake. If we are going to form a company and you have 100 shares, the local communities, if they have a quarter of the shares, they may not have the capital, they may not have the money, but if they have a stake in it, they are going to ensure that that thing, whatever infrastructure is there, is preserved.
I wish and hope that a better process of promulgating a new constitution should be instituted, because panel beating this particular document may be an exercise in futility. And you can see that from the evidence we have before us, that every successive legislature at the federal level tried to amend the constitution And yet, after spending over 1 billion naira, we have never succeeded in doing that.
Nigeria need a highly educated society. There's nothing we cannot do. I believe in Nigeria. I believe our size, our unity, I just started in the last 10 years ago. We must not let go. It's not turn by turn but Nigeria Limited. It's the capacity. Seeing ourselves as a Nigerian.
Analysts are of the view that Nigeria's resources can overcome its many challenges and retain its position as giant of Africa if good leadership is matched with a willing populace. Ola Awakon, TVC News, Lagos.